Good morning. It's Monday, September 26th, 1983. Welcome to another week here at AM Weather. I'm Barry Richween.
And my name is Carl Weiss, and this morning from satellites, we'll show you the latest of Narda. She's out in the Pacific Ocean. We'll also take a look at some heavy thunderstorms rumbling across the southwestern part of the nation, plenty of cold air in the east, and also a look at the tropical Atlantic as well. All this and more coming up in just a little while. And Barry, speaking of those heavy thunderstorms in the west, quite a bit of rain from southern parts of Arizona and New Mexico into parts of Nevada as well.
Right. Should never say it never rains in Southern California, because more showers there this morning, even though they get very little rain normally during this month of September. That rain is due to an upper-level disturbance off the west coast that is moving over top of tropical moisture. That has caused thunderstorms even during the nighttime hours all the way from northern Nevada into Southern California. In fact, Winnemucca, Nevada has had a thunder shower for the past 3 or 4 hours. No major fronts affecting the west coast at the present time. A moderately strong Pacific front is about 400 miles off the Washington-Oregon coast right now. It has a few showers with it. The main low-pressure systems and fronts are way up in the Gulf of Alaska, and they're affecting western Canada for the most part. As we move east to the Rockies, clear skies and warming temperatures from the plains southward to Texas. A few thunder showers over South Texas. But from about the Mississippi on eastward now to much of the east coast, a large area of cloudiness, and those clouds are producing some showers all the way from western New York down into northern Mississippi. These are associated with an upper-level trough. Carl will show you that in just a minute on our satellite segment. As that cold air continues to hold right along the east coast under two areas of high pressure, a few showers have broken out right along the Carolina coast. And for the races at Newport this afternoon, it ought to be a little more wind than there was yesterday, or Saturday rather, and they are expecting a southwesterly direction and the speeds of about 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be 2 feet or less for those races off of Newport. The temperature extremes at 7 o'clock this morning ranging from 33 degrees both at West Yellowstone in Wyoming and Mount Washington, New Hampshire, and the nation's high 84, and that in Yuma, Arizona. That's the national weather map for the morning, and Carl, I can hear those people out in the Midwest and the East now saying, why is it cloudy with all that high pressure?
Well, it just shows that not everything we can see in the weather world is found on the surface weather maps, which is what our national map is and all of our forecast maps. A lot of times it's the upper-level weather systems that bring the weather, and that's a good point for this Monday morning. Let's start our satellite motion from our eastern satellite, and we'll turn the clock back to 6 p.m. Saturday evening, and we'll follow that cloud mass out of the central plains and southwest. As the motion wears on, we'll see it becomes a front-like cloud mass as it moves into the parts of the Mississippi and Ohio Valley, but that front is in the middle levels of the atmosphere, no front to be found near the surface. An upper-level storm system also taking shape east of Florida, a lot of high clouds streaming out toward the north and east. Now let's run through the motion one more time, and we'll be able to see another tropical system moving through the Antilles. This system, as well as the subtropical weather system east of Florida, has a lot of upper-level wind shear associated with it, so tropical storm formation is not likely. Now, speaking of the tropical Atlantic, let's take a look at an enhanced picture. This was as of 4:30 this morning Eastern time, and we can see that broad area of clouds with the storm system east of Florida. A lot of high cloudiness streaming off into the North Atlantic, but this is the system we're going to have to watch as it moves toward the east, some 1,000 miles to the east of the Lesser Antilles. Now for our western satellite motion, and we picked this up at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. We'll be able to see that area of cloudiness, tropical moisture surge northward across southern California, bringing all those heavy rains to parts of Arizona and southern California. Here it comes into the southwest. Another weak frontal system approaching the northwest coast, and this is all that's left of tropical storm Narda. You can see her position. She's moving toward the west at only 10 knots, and more weakening is likely as she moves over that colder ocean water. Let's look now at our latest Eastern Enhanced satellite picture as of 8 o'clock this morning, and this is a little closer to home. We can see most of the United States, and here's that cloud band with a few light showers from western New England down the Appalachians into the southeast. We also have some cold temperatures once again up over the northern plain states. A lot of cold clouds just north of the Montana border. These aren't thunderstorms, but rather a mountain wave as those southwesterly winds move over the mountains of the Canadian Rockies. We have the rain and showers down in the southwest once again. A few more showers off the Texas coast, and here's that subtropical storm system off the east coast of Florida. Let's look at radar, and we'll see where the rain is falling. And across most of the nation, what little rain there is mostly light over southern California and parts of Nevada. A few showers and thunderstorms. These are all moving off toward the north. Few showers and a couple embedded thunderstorms for the Texas Gulf Coast, tops near Corpus Christi around 38,000 feet, and this is all moving back toward the west. In the mid-Mississippi and Tennessee valleys, a few more showers, tops 20,000 feet near Memphis, a few more light showers over western Pennsylvania and parts of western New York, tops near Rochester up to 16,000 feet. 17,000 feet are the maximum shower tops off the southeastern coast, and it's a 25,000-foot shower top right near Key West, Florida. Barry?
Carl, it's Indian summertime up in the northern plains and the northern Rockies after that frost and freezing weather of last week. Temperatures there today will get into the 70s and 80s. In fact, 80s will extend as far north as Edmonton, Alberta. On the west coast, highs ranging from the 60s along the Washington-Oregon coast to the 100s again in the southwestern deserts. And in the east, a gradual warming trend, 60s over New England, New York, and Pennsylvania, 70s throughout the southeast and most of the Midwest. By tomorrow morning, a continuation of that warming trend. Nowhere are we expecting freezing temperatures, except perhaps the higher elevations of the Rockies and the northern Appalachians. But 40s will still extend as far south as Atlanta, Georgia. The nation's midsection warming the most, with 60s up to southern Missouri and 70s covering southern California and the Arizona deserts. By this evening, that ridge of high pressure continuing to hold just off the east coast, therefore the light southwesterly winds off of Rhode Island. Chance of a few more showers over the western Appalachians, and that tropical moisture now over southern California will shift into Utah and northern Arizona. In fact, a better than even chance of showers this evening in that region. Pacific front inland to eastern Washington and down to near the California border, chance of showers over much of that region. By tomorrow morning, that Pacific front will continue moving eastward at a pretty good rate. It'll stretch from near Great Falls, Montana to Eureka, California. And it'll start meeting up with that tropical moisture, and some pretty heavy thunderstorms are anticipated over southern Idaho and much of Utah during the day tomorrow. Very cold air will stay well north in Canada, though the freezing levels will lower enough to cause some snow showers as low as about 6,000 feet in the Canadian Rockies. High pressure continuing stationary all over the Carolinas and Virginia, and that front that's been out over the Atlantic for so long will continue stationary, producing some showers and thunderstorms. Finally, by Wednesday morning, high pressure still over Virginia, North Carolina, causing pretty good weather there. And that front in the northern plains will start moving rather rapidly from a low pressure.
Air Safety Foundation.